Hello again, and welcome to this support session. Today's session is just for making sure that you have your environment ready, especially the Azure environment. I would just need to make sure that every one of you has access to Azure. So again, for one more time, I will roll on the video that guides us on how to create an Azure account. But first, let me just make sure. Are you all okay with the Azure account, or are you still having any issues related to creating the new account? Please, you can answer on the chat, or even if you have the ability to open your microphone and talk. Okay with account, that's great. So the guys who are not okay, just let me know. So I will just make sure that others. Okay, let's start again for one more time. I will roll on the video slowly on how to create the Azure account. After that, we'll be starting to solve or answer your questions. Okay? Please pay attention to the video. It will run in slow mode. So if you are ready for that, please let me know. Then we'll be looking at each of your issues one by one. Okay, guys? Are you ready? Okay. As you can see here, this is, let me start it off. I will.
Khalid, sorry, they are
Yes.
asking for the Azure link. If you can send it to them again, please.
Okay. Sure, I can. The link is now on the chat. So please, anyone who needs to run it, just give me 2 minutes after you watch the video and then start working with that, okay? Then the first step is to go to the link that is on the chat, which is azure.microsoft.com, and you will go with the selection of Start Free. This is the page that will open for you, and then you will be selecting Start Free. Now, here on this step, you will need to use your email, your school email or university email, the one that is supported to you by the university. So you just type here your email. Now it will take you to this page where you will be entering your password. This is the next step after you log on with your university account. You will be verified by entering your password. Here, if the multi-factor authenticator is activated, you will receive an authentication message on your mobile phone to verify the number that is shown here. It will be showing on your mobile phone. So you will be selecting the same number that is shown here, which is 18, on your mobile phone, and then it will give you the access to the portal. Just let me answer the question here one by one, not to proceed with anything before. Unable to confirm your university ID. So this should be sent to the administrator on the administration IT department or administration department in the university, so they make sure that your account is listed within the accounts that have the Azure credits. So who is facing this issue, which is unable to confirm your university ID, please make sure that you contact the support on the university by tomorrow or by today. Send them an email detailing this issue and give them also a copy of this screenshot, attach it to the email with your email clear so they can verify or add you to the list of Azure accounts that are eligible to get the Azure credits. Again, if you are facing, let me show this message to you. If you are facing this issue, which is unable to confirm your university ID, the solution to this is to contact the IT department in the university from your email, telling them that you are unable to create an Azure account, and the reason was that the Azure is not able to confirm the university ID. They will add your email to the list of the accounts that are eligible to have the Azure credits. Is that clear? Okay. Let me make sure that it still shows unable to confirm. Okay. Let me see questions one by one. It's still okay. This is the same answer for Amina and Nada. Okay. Then some are saying that we have already sent an email. However, we have not received any replies. Send them a reminder about that. Okay, maybe they have a lot on their schedules, and we wish that they will reply to you as soon as possible. Are we clear about this question? Okay. I will roll on the video again, continue rolling on the video in order to make sure, because the people who didn't just create an email, a credit account or open their Azure accounts will need to pay very good attention to this video. It's very simple process. All you need is to just follow on the video and you'll get your account ready. Here you will be directed to the Microsoft Azure, where you will need to add some information. Here they are verifying that your account is belonging to one of the academic accounts that are related or have agreement with Microsoft. Here you will be typing your name, your country, and the university you belong to. Okay? As you can see here, these are just like selective, very easy, nothing complicated, and you will have to add your date of birth and to verify the CAPTCHA to verify that you are not a robot. Now it's confirming that your account, your information are correct. When you reach this page, you are almost confirmed. Here you will be adding some information. The information that are required, as you can see here, are marked with a blue sign, while optional are marked with optional. So what you'll need to add is the main information that are required, not the optional ones. Okay? You can skip the optional ones. And you'll have to agree to the customer agreement, and then you will press on sign up. Until now, is everything clear? I sent an email, they contacted me and they called me and we did team viewer and I gave technician the access to my PC. He was able to log me to Azure account, but I don't have the 100 credits. Now we'll be talking about the credits after we finish this video, okay? How much credits do you have, Muhammad? Mariam, if you can't press on the sign up, it means that you are missing one of the information or more. So make sure that you fill all the information. I will repeat it for you in order to make sure that you enter all the required information. Okay? So here we have entered. You can skip the company if you like the company VAT ID. It's not important since you are students. You'll need to enter your email, your name, and press on the agree, and you will be having the sign up enabled. Again, make sure that you fill all the required information. So, as you can see here, your account is being confirmed, then you will be redirected to the Azure main screen, where you can see that you have, let me just roll that again until here. Here you will be seeing the available credits for you. Okay? Rashid is sending us an image. Let's see this image. Okay, here you have your account ready for 365 days. So this is a verification that your account is working fine, okay? So let me now head back to the questions here. So I guess most of you are facing the issue with the verification of the email of the university. So this is the side that should be solved with the IT department in the university you belong to. Okay? Regarding what we have watched in the video, do you have any questions not related to the email verification, any other issues not related to? Go ahead. Muhammad, you say you have a question? If you can, open your microphone and ask it, or even type here. It's up to you.
Can I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So last session I attended the whole session, but at around like 8:17 p.m. I switched devices. I switched from my PC to my tablet, but
Okay.
I lost the permission to access the chat. So I didn't see nor was able to fill the attendance.
Okay.
And
So
I
your
just switched devices, yeah.
okay. So your issue now is to have your access through the new device.
Yeah, so after I switched devices, I didn't have access to the chat at all. I couldn't see it. So
Okay.
when they sent the attendance form, I didn't fill it because I didn't see it. So it was counted absent, and I attended.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, for this issue, contact the email that my colleague Elsie will be sending to
Yes,
you.
Muhammad,
Please.
we have I have taken note of that, and we will make sure to count your attendance.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions related to the account creation in Azure? Let's just skip the questions related to the attendance and the quizzes or whatever related to that till the end of this session. My colleague will answer you about all of this, but let me just make sure at first that everything related to Azure creation is clear for everyone. Please confirm to me that everything is clear. Go ahead, Jamil. If you want, open your microphone also.
Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening.
Okay, if we email the IT department of our university and they replied to us like your email or your ID is not or cannot be confirmed,
Yeah.
what do we have to do
It's
after
the
this?
from their side to solve the issue. All you need to do is send them that you are not able to do that, and it's from their side. The solution will be coming from their side. You can do nothing. If your account is not verified, you can't do anything. This is mainly okay. So don't
Okay,
worry about that. The university will take care about the issue because your accounts are already verified from Microsoft. All you need to do is to collaborate with the IT department in your university, and I guess everything would be solved. So don't worry about that.
okay, thank you very much, Doctor.
You are most welcome. Any more questions related to Azure and the creation? I will show you that, Muhammad. Just let me finish first the questions related to the creation. Yes, Nada, sorry for that. We can't start doing anything in Azure until we get our accounts ready. So I will run the video one more time again, then I will move to the Azure portal to show you how do we create how do we verify that our accounts are running well, and we'll see everything related to some basics in Azure. Do you need me to run the video again or it's enough? Please, if you need me to run the video, okay.
Run it again, Khalid, please, because we have some late joiners.
Okay, okay. Again, we have the link for this page on the chat. When you log in to this page, you will be using here your university account, the email you use and the university. I guess there is no need to say that you make sure that you are using the correct credentials, the email and the password. So again, you need to verify your name, your country, your school name, university name in your case, and your date of birth, and solve the CAPTCHA to make sure that you are not a robot. And of course, fill here correct information, because whenever you face any issue on your account, you will be asked to verify the information that you have input during the creation. So do not use any accounts or fake information, okay? Here we solve the CAPTCHA. Then we'll be going through the verification of the school or of the academy. When it passes, it will take you to another page where you will be inputting some personal information related to you. Again, as you can see here, the name, the address, the phone number. You can remove the VAT ID. Okay. And you will select the state and you will agree on the customer agreement and will sign up, will show to you. Verify your address. And here it will take a bit of time. Then it will ask you to protect your account by activating the multi-factor authentication. After confirming your information, you will be redirected to Azure main page. Here, you can see that you are on the main page. On the overview, you will be seeing that you have your account ready and the available credits for you, the validity date for your account, it will be for 365 days. And here it will be displaying the cost whenever you start using the Azure resources. Okay. Any more questions about this step? Is everything clear? Okay, please, I would need more yeses. Thank you, Mariam, for your yes, but let me make sure that others are good with the steps for creation. Okay, that's great. Now, after we have our accounts ready and everything is fine, then we will be redirected to the Azure main page. So let me just this is how we log into the Azure. This is the URL. I will drop it on the chat. For the next time you go to Azure, you would be typing portal.azure.com. So when you log to Azure, to the portal, this is the main page. Here is the page you will be landing on when you first log into Azure. The most important thing is to make sure that our environment is connected to a subscription. Here you will be seeing your email with the tenant you are using, and here you will be seeing the main page of Azure. Of course, it might not look the same because here I can see my recent resources, which you will not be able to see, but you will be seeing this page that appears. Sorry, did anyone ask a question?
Question?
Go ahead. Any questions? Okay, so I guess this was someone. I couldn't open this page. Did you write the URL I sent to you? Did you just, you can press on it from here.
Hello.
Hello, Jamil.
Okay, I have logged into this page, but
Yes.
the problem that I have just is the credits. So uh, I can
Again,
proceed. Yeah,
can you, let me just show you what, follow with me on the screen, please. Go
okay,
to
okay,
the
I'm with you.
subscription, go to the subscription, and tell me or give me a screenshot about what you have in here.
Again, please. Where did you go?
Okay. Here I am on the home page. If you don't have subscription here, all you need to type here is subscription. You'll
Okay,
be seeing this key. Press
okay,
on
okay,
it,
okay.
and you should be seeing a subscription name here. Can you see that? Please take a screenshot and show it
None
to
of the none of the entries matched the given filter.
Can you send me a screen? I need to
Okay, okay,
explain that for others, please.
okay. Just a sec.
So until our friend send the image or the picture, the screenshot, here you can verify that your subscription is active, and here you can see the cost. and this is the active. This is
I
very
have sent it,
important.
doctor.
Okay, let me see it here. So again here, as you can see, our friend, or maybe some of you, doesn't have this subscription activated. So again, it is with the support team from the university, they will just make sure that your account is enrolled in the free Azure credits that are given to the schools or universities that have the agreement with Microsoft. We are sure from Microsoft side, we made sure that your accounts or the university accounts are 100% working. All you need to do is to contact the support related to this. Send them also, Jamil, this screenshot. Tell them that you were able to access with your account here. It is verified, but you don't have the credits. They will be also from their side asking the support from Microsoft, or maybe they will tell you to write to open a ticket, but first contact the support because they might have the solution for this issue.
Okay, thank you very much, doctor.
You are
And
welcome.
okay, and I hope so that they will help me. And after that, I can proceed and continue with the hands-on and like this.
No problem. Regarding the hands-on, we will need not the first session. We're not going to use the Azure from the next session of hands-on. So don't worry, we still have time to be ready for Azure. So we have other things we need to make sure of. I'm going to show you today, but I'm just making sure that you get your Azure subscription for the next coming hands-on. Okay?
Okay,
So this
thank
is,
you, doctor.
you are most welcome. So everybody, don't worry, don't panic. You have time. Tomorrow's session will not be around Azure. We'll be discussing other things. So I'm sure that you already have them, but I will verify that with you in a minute. But let me just tell you about Azure, some main things about Azure, and then we will be good to go to the next requirements or verifications. Okay, then again, when we roll on or log on to Azure using the portal.azure.com, it will redirect us to this page. If our accounts are already logged in, then we'll be landing here on this page, or it will be asking for the credentials, username and password. It takes me directly here because I already saved them on my browser, so I'm directed here directly. The first thing, again, is to make sure about is that your account here is showing your name and your subscription is active and you have been connected to a subscription. Okay, you will be having a subscription name here that will show you the credits that you have and will show you some information related to that. So this is a very important stage. These are the verifications you should make sure that you have done. So after that, we are sure that our Azure environment is ready and we are good to go, then we can start navigating or seeing different parts of Azure. As you can see here, I will just say a couple of words about Azure. What is Azure? Azure is an environment or a portal that allows us or gives us the ability to create resources. So if you can see here, we have the plus sign, which allows us to create resources. Why do I use Azure? I use Azure to create these resources, which are like virtual. Okay, what do I mean by that? If I need to create an IT environment, whether it was for the learning purposes or for the real life purposes, like I need to create an environment that includes different IT environment components like servers, like PCs, laptop or desktop, networks, storage devices. These are all hardware. Okay? Even if I need to create a Windows server, Linux server, Apple PC, Apple laptop, I need to create a a firewall, a gateway, whatever hardware or software, IT resources related to whatever you imagine in the IT world, you can create from within this portal, and they will be created as services. So if I need to create a data center that includes 10, 20, 100,000 million servers with hundreds, millions, whatever number of PCs and connecting them together in networks, whatever I want. So whatever or however the environment is big or small, I can just use this platform in order to create this environment I'm talking about. Why do I create it? Maybe I created to learn for learning purposes or maybe for work purposes. It doesn't matter. That's why Microsoft is giving students free accounts in order to create their own environment to study maybe Azure, maybe other services. If you are studying data engineer, if you are studying web development, if you are studying computer development or programs development, if you are studying networking, if you are studying whatever IT related, you can do. Rashid Muhammad Haider, IT infrastructure, of course, it is true. IT infrastructures, the servers are in IT infrastructure. The storage is in the IT infrastructure. If you mean the cabling and the networking devices, you will not be creating a virtual cable. No, Azure is giving you a data center that you can deploy your services on them. And around 61 countries in the world, they have 61 plus because they are creating more data centers or locations to host these services within. So now if you need to create a data center as a virtual service, you can do that by creating these services. It's very simple to create any resource, but there is one golden rule that whenever you need to create any resource of whatever type, the first thing you need to do is to create a resource group. A resource group is a virtual component or a virtual container that we just gather our resources in. We gather our resources in this resource group and combine them together. If we want to have one resource group for all our environments, it's okay. If we need to separate our infrastructure components into different resource group, also it's up to you. So maybe I will create a resource group for servers, another resource group for networks, another resource group for applications. So whatever resources I have, they should be at least in a resource group. So in each resource group, I should have, sorry, for each service I create, I should have a resource group. I can create or pre-create the resource group before I create the resource, or I can create the resource group while I'm creating this resource. Let me just show you an interesting thing that to give the topic a pleasant. As you can see here, I can create a virtual machine. I will give you a quick example about that. Imagine that you have now an application and that you want to test this application, and you have your laptop that is belonging to the university. This device is not yours. It is offered to you by the university or by work. Let's imagine all scenarios. And you don't have the permissions to install or try any software on this PC or on this laptop. So what you can do is just log on to Azure, have your account, and create your own virtual computer. create this virtual computer, and whenever it is ready, you can run it as if you are running any PC with Windows or even with Linux or with even any operating system that you want, and start installing this application and running it and testing it. Very simple steps. All you need to do is to select the resource that you want and press on the create. As you can see here to the left, I have a lot of categories. If I need to start with an AI project, and this is what we are going to be doing in our Imagine Cup competition and the preparation for it. So you will need a lot of things. You will need laptops, you will need storage devices, you will need web applications, you will need a lot of things. So we are not going to tell you go and buy new laptops or the server or whatever. All we're going to do is to use these services that are here. So if you need to create a service related to artificial intelligence, you have a lot of things here related to that. I will just press AI here, and you will see that we have AI Search, AI Studio, Azure Bots, Azure AI Search, Azure AI Services, OpenAI, a lot of things. So we have a lot of different services. Also, we have different things related to computing. We have registers or registry containers. We have desktop, laptops, we have functions, we have web applications. As you can see here, we have different types of containers or computing power. Also, we have databases, if you know or you are familiar with SQL or maybe other database management systems, and you'll need to create a database to make your tests or to make or to create a database for your job, for your business. All you need to do is here to subscribe with Azure and get a place where you can create any kind of these SQL Server license. You can see that all you need to have is to create an SQL database and connect to it as if you are using it on your own network or your own personal computer. Different types of services we can create, different categories. I'm just going to create one simple resource. I will create a storage account, like I am now purchasing a hard disk. This hard disk might be a network hard disk or a storage, just a simple hard disk. So I will go with storage account. Storage account. Why would I need the storage account? I would need the storage account to store my files, to store my videos, to store my projects components. When we are going to start with any AI solution for the Imagine Cup, we will need to store the information we're going to use, like the data sets. The data sets are the data that we are going to use in order to create machine learning projects. So in order to teach this machine on how we wanted to learn to solve our projects, we would need to give this machine data. Where do we store this machine? We store where do we store this data? We store this data on a storage account. So imagine a storage account like a hard disk or a group of hard disks or a storage that you go and purchase for any reason of any size. So here I will create a storage account. I will select create a storage account. So as I told you, the golden rule is that first thing I should have a subscription. Now, if you are logged into Azure and you have seen the subscription, it will be appearing here. The first thing or the next thing I should create is a resource group. As I told you, I can create resource group while I'm creating the resource, or I can create it, then add the resource to it. Now, I didn't create it before I log into creating a new storage. The new storage is a new resource or a new service I need to create. So that's why I should create it in a resource group. I will call this resource group. I will just give it any name, SAW storage 25 11 24, and we'll press OK. The naming here is up to you, and please follow a naming convention. Thank you, Malak, for this excellent question. I will show you, I will answer you. So I have now created this account or this storage, sorry, this resource group. Here we have a question. What is the best way to organize the resources in a resource group? What is all my resources are on one? What if all my resources, I guess it is if, in one resource group, for example. Malak, this is up to the way that you organize your resources. You can use one resource group, or you can split the resource groups into categories. As I have said in the beginning when I started explaining about the resource group, it's up to you. But what I do prefer is to create categories like servers in a resource group, storage in a resource group, applications in the resource group. So this way, whenever I need to review any issue or redo anything with any of my components, if I have like a small environment, it's okay to put them in one resource group. But imagine if you are creating an environment for the university you are now learning on. Okay, so you have users in thousands. You have for each user, you might need to create a personal virtual machine. You will have servers, you will have storage accounts, you will have networks, you will have a lot and a lot and a lot of services or resources. So one of these resources has an issue. So you would need to review the issue within that environment. So if you have one resource group, including all these objects, just scrolling between these objects will take you minutes or maybe more than minutes. So what if you receive an issue from, let's say, a storage account? One of the clients send you an email, please, Malak, I have an issue with my storage account. So directly you will be heading to the resource group that is related to the storage accounts. And if you have sub resource groups, let's say for science department, for math departments, whatever, you will go directly to the place where this resource is and fix the issue. Is that clear? Okay, now I have created this resource group. Now I will give my storage account a name, storage or SAW storage, SAW storage. You will need to pay attention for the name of the storage because the storage will be like a public storage. Of course, it's not open for everyone, but one day, if you decide to make it public for everyone, it will be like sharing this name with everyone. So the name should be like a unique name. I will call it SAW storage. Also today's date, and it will pass. Now I will select where I want to put this storage. I can, as you can see, I told you we have 61 plus locations. So you should select the nearest to your location. But for me, I love to use East US. Don't ask me why. So for this, I will keep this as is, which is East US primary service. I will just select the blob storage. Blob storage is like a normal hard disk. We can use it with all our solutions. So for now, we are sticking with blob storage because this is the storage we are going to use with our coming machine learning solutions. I will keep it on standard in order not to pay for that. Redundancy, how do I want this storage to be redundant? I want it to be redundant in different areas. I want it to be redundant in one area, but in different servers. So this thing you can read a lot about. I will just select without redundancy. I would like it to be redundant in the same area I am. And then I will review and create to check my creation if it's okay. After that, so this process you will be seeing with any resource you are going to create. So no worries, everything you're going to create will be following this method, okay? After my verification is okay, the create button will be lighting and I can press on create. Here we have the notification bar. It will show you what is going on. So if we go to deployment, here I can see that is deployment in progress. And when it is done, I will see an option which is go to the resource. So it is now in progress. Resource groups doesn't take a lot of time to be created, but other resources might take a lot of time. If we are creating like a machine learning, it will take a bit of time. So when it is ready, you can see that go to resource available for you. And here you can go to the resource that we have been talking about, which is a storage account. This is the storage account I have created. If I need to add information to my storage account, I can add blob files, I can create file shares, I can also create tables within my storage account. So as you can see, this is like a, as I told you, hard disk. Maybe we can call it a hard disk, but this is something much bigger and much wider in usage than a hard disk. So here, if I have containers, all I need to do is to create a new folder and give it a name. Let's say videos. Okay. And I can create this video. And here is my container that I have created. If I press here on this container, I can see the container properties. What is important about that, it has a URL, so it can be accessed from any device. Any internet device or device powered by internet can access this URL. Of course, if I give you this and share it with you, and let me just try to open it, okay? As you can see, it will show me an error because this is not for public. If I need to make it for public, I would go with creating something like opening an anonymous access, but for now, I'm not going to do that. If I need to add information to this blob, I can drag and drop files from my own computer and put them here. Okay, it will open the Explorer that I am using. I will take this picture or this video and open it, and it will be uploaded to my environment where I'm going to put it in the videos. And I will press on the upload and it will be on my blog. So this is the way I create a storage account. I can follow this to create different solutions. I will show you a bit on my environment. In my environment, what do I have? Here, if you can see, I need to see my resources. I will press on all resources. And here it can show you that I have different storage account. I have a default workspace that I'm using for a security issue. And I have also a video indexer, which is a solution like a machine learning solution to I'm using. So I can, as you can see here, I have different resources that I am using. When we start with our practical hands-on on the next session, not this one with Azure, but the one after it, I guess it will be on Thursday. We will be creating things on Azure, but all I did now is to just give you a summary to make you just familiar with the interface. And whenever we start working, you will not face hard time on that. So now this is about Azure, and this is a very brief introduction about Azure, because Azure is not a sea, it's an ocean of services and an ocean of things that you can go with. As you can see here, you can create Azure machine learning, you can create projects from very, very, very small project up to enterprise projects that can be used as solutions. And one of the solutions that we are all using is the Office 365, which is a solution by Azure. Okay, this is an example of the solution. So related to Azure, do you have any questions? Do you have anything to ask? How do we know how the cost is calculated? Malak, you are asking very important questions. So if we need to ask about the storage, we can go to what is called Azure Calculator. Sorry. Okay. Pricing calculator. Here in the pricing calculator, go ahead, Malak, and just have a look and play with the things that are here. Here you can select the service that you want. I like the question. It's a very important question. And you will be able to calculate everything. You build your environment and you can see how much it will be costing you. And here I will clip my hands for Malak for this excellent question. Okay. Are we good until now with Azure, guys? Any questions? Is the price calculator once the service deployed? Is the price calculated? Okay. Whenever you start creating the resource, it will depend on the type of resource. The calculation on Azure depends on different pillars. Like if we are creating a network resource, so the cost would be on the transfer and receive. If we are creating a storage account, it will be calculating on different aspects. So, and particularly in the storage, if we select a tier for the storage, we have different tiers. We have the hot tier and the cool tier, and we have the archive. So whenever we put information on this storage, we'll be paying for that. Whenever we are using this storage, we'll be paying for that. That's why if you are using Azure for educational purposes, whenever you are done with any service, just remove it. Okay? Because it will always be taking credits from your account. And if you are using virtual machines, and you are not using them, just turn them off. Just turn them off before you leave the Azure. There are different and a lot of things to take into consideration regarding the cost. So you should be very well educated. Educate yourself when you are using the Azure services. That's why you need to have a good knowledge about it. That's why my next question, how to make sure that I turn off and clean up after we do the labs? Very simple. It is very simple. You go to the Azure environment and you see the resource group that you have created. And let me see the resource group that we have created now. What was it? It is here. This is the storage account. Okay, I want my resource group. So I will go to the resource group, or I can have it here. Okay, or if I'm confused, I will go to the resource groups. I will select the resource group that I have created. I will press on it. I will select delete resource group. To make sure that I am deleting it, I will press here, copy and paste. and I will go with delete. So when I delete this resource group, all pay attention. Pay attention to that. When you delete a resource group, you will be deleting everything inside that resource group. Nada is asking, I should know the service I want. Of course, you should know the service that you want. This is very important. Decide the proper service that you want. Don't just, now you have like free credits, you can play around with that. But whenever you are working and you have a company paying, they will be following you for every dollar they are paying for. So you should be very aware about where you spend the company's money. If you are just spending things on non-important resources or something like that, I guess that you will be called by the HR. Are we good now till now with Azure, guys? So I have some couple of things that I need to make sure of before the next session. I want you to make sure that you have access to Power Apps. I will show you how do we access the Power Apps just to make sure that you are all good with that. Okay, I will bring up here this one and we'll go with, if I need to access the Power Apps, I would go with make.powerapps.com. I will share that with you on the screen, on the chat, Control V. Okay, and this is the Power Apps. Please make sure that you all have the ability. Go ahead, Malak. Malak, what are you doing? You do not have quota. What are you doing so that you have this question?
This is the lab we did yesterday, last class for the machine learning. When we click deploy, the lab says to choose a standard 2AS version
this one,
4.
I don't guess this is the one that is required.
You got the same error, but I don't know how you fixed that.
I would choose another family. I would go lower, okay? Just and I will give you another solution for that. You can just send a request to the Azure that you need to upgrade your quota, and they will give that to you for free, okay? This is another solution you can go with, okay?
Okay.
Now, make sure that you have access to Power Apps. Do you all have access to Power Apps? That's great. This is very important. And you have your environment here ready. And I want you to make sure that you also can see this tab here, tables. And it is accessible for you. Oh, no, this is not important message. Okay. Please make sure about that. And from here, I would go just to make sure that I have the AI Hub available for me and working. I will open it in a new tab. Let me move this away. Also, I would go, this is the Power Apps. This is the API or the AI Hub. Make sure that is ready for you and you have your trial. I have my trial has expired. I would press on extend the trial and they will give me additional days for this. But I guess I have used all my days, but I can solve it. Also, let's make sure that you have access to this, to the Power AI, to AI Hub. Do you have access to AI Hub? Please make sure about that also. And Power Automate now, I will go with make dot power automate. As you can see here, I have make.powerautomate.com. I will send you that on the chat. Make sure that it's working for you. Also, make sure that you have Power BI installed on your computers. If you didn't, can you send both? What do you mean by both? The Power Automate and the Power Apps? Okay, so I will send you both. This is the first one. And this is the Power Apps. Yalla, okay, give me 1 minute, Nada. Okay, and also don't forget about the Power BI, not the online version only. I want the one on desktop, the Power BI desktop. You should have downloaded that. Of course not. We are not going to use all of these in this next session tomorrow, but between tomorrow and Thursday, we are going to use all of these. So that's why I'm making sure that you have all of these ready for you. I will be answering you, Nada. Give me 1 minute, okay? And the last thing I want to make sure that I have ready for me also is when I press here, I go with the chatbots, and I need it to be ready for me, okay? So I have this chatbots ready and opening, or I can use also copilotstudio.microsoft.com. It will take me to the same place. I will send it also to you. Okay, sir. Rashid, okay. Okay, it's not a big issue. Okay, and this is the Microsoft Copilot Power or Copilot Studio. Okay, now let me see the issue with Nada. Object detected. Nada, what's the issue with you? Name object detection. This is the AI model. Okay, this is the AI model, right? Here. Can you please let me know what is the issue, Nada? So again, all these I have shared with you. I want you to make sure that they are accessible to each one of you so that on the next session, we will be working slightly and smoothly without any issues. So Nada, what is the issue? I didn't get the issue from the image. What is the main issue? Can't you access the portal or what's wrong? Follow on with me, okay? Okay, let me just follow on with you. Let's start with the Power Apps. Is it the Power Apps that you are facing issues with? Okay. I don't want the chat. This is the make.powerapps.com. I will just copy this and paste it on the chat. When you log into this page, what happens with you? Let me see, please, if you can share me again another image. when you press on the make.powerapps.com, what happens initially? So here you can open the, okay, here it's running. What's wrong with the Power A or the, when you try to open AI Hub, what happens? Until this stage, this is it. But for the next stage, we are going to add something related to the environment of development. We'll be just discussing how do we use, what do we need to use in order to start a project with machine learning. I will give you more than one solution on one path in order that you will be able to start a machine learning solution. But this can be until the session or the support session number 2. Okay, it's not working. Can you show me the screen, or can you share your screen or not? Do you have the ability to share your screen? I don't know if you can. Let me see if you can, or show me the screen. Okay, here is the screen coming. Okay, it's working. What is wrong? What is not working for you? As I see the screen, the portal is opening. You don't have permission. Can you show me the environment you are working in? Like this, just go to the, I will show you what I mean by that. I will go to AI Hub. This is the AI Hub. Here you will be having an environment. Just show me the environment you are working on. Can I extend the trial? Let me try. Okay, your trial has been extended. Thank you so much, Microsoft. Okay. Malak, what is the difference between AI in Azure and AI in Power Apps? Like we did an object classification task in Power Apps, but we can also make the same in Azure, of course, and I will tell you the difference. Just give me 1 minute to answer, Nada. Where us the environment? The environment would be here. This is the place where you see your environment. Okay, here you can see the environment. Press here and you'll see the environment. Nada Saad environment. Okay, I guess everything from your side is good, but I don't know what permission, what happens when you do what. Just elaborate more about the question. So Malak is asking, Amna, same me too. What do you mean by same me too? I didn't understand the first issue. Please let me get the idea about the issue. What permissions do you need? What is going wrong with you? Maybe if you are in the environment from the university, you will not be able to create things. But other projects you can do, I need to have more explanation about the issue. Well, when we start any solution, this is for Malak and Azure. This solution for machine learning, we are directly working with the tools that create the machine learning, like the machine learning service, like the image classification, like face detection. But when we are using these services from the layer of Power Apps, we have a layer above Azure, which sometimes needs more configuration or more payment, or it can be compatible with certain services. So when we create the same solutions from Azure, I simply can use these created services on different applications or maybe third-party applications or other vendors. So Azure is more like universal or can be used or consumed in different solutions. But if we come to the solution that is coming from, for example, Power Apps, it would be in a way limited to the environment of Microsoft. Is that clear, Malak? Okay. We can elaborate more about this question. And by the way, again, I like your questions. They show that you have like a wide vision, and I guess it's very successful from you. Nada, during the week one, our first meetings, I was unable to add OneDrive for Business as a connection in Power Apps and unable to upload an Excel file within Power Apps. I have contacted AI innovators, but have not received a reply. Okay, so you are having an issue opening your OneDrive. Do you mean by that? Is that what do you mean? If this is the issue, as Elsie said, please contact your university IT. And regarding Nada, please just send me a screenshot or screenshots to the email that we have supported to you, and I will take a look about the issue and come back to you with a solution. Don't worry about anything. And during when we are creating the solutions, I will be working with you slowly and you will be understanding everything and I guess we will be able to solve any issues directly. So you are most welcome. Do you have any questions before I say goodbye and wish you a lovely and pleasant evening? That's great. Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Amina. Malak, thank you so much also for you. Thanks for everyone. No, this session doesn't have attendance. Well, see you. Goodbye.